Spider-Man, whose civilian identity is Peter Parker, faces a wide range of adversaries throughout his career. These foes include individuals transformed by science, criminal masterminds, and superpowered beings. Dr. Octopus, or Dr. Otto Octavius, is a scientist whose mechanical tentacle-like arms fuse to his body following an accident. He can control these appendages telepathically, and their strength allows him to physically challenge Spider-Man. Dr. Octopus has frequently led the Sinister Six, a team of Spider-Man villains. Green Goblin is a title held by several individuals, most notably Norman Osborn and his son, Harry Osborn. Norman Osborn, a wealthy industrialist, transforms into the Goblin using a chemical serum that enhances his abilities. He employs a glider and an array of weapons. The Goblin has a personal connection to Peter Parker, combining business influence, enhanced abilities, and intimate knowledge of Spider-Man's life. Electro, or Maxwell Dillon, gained the ability to generate and manipulate electricity after being struck by lightning while working on power lines. He can release high-voltage attacks, making him a formidable adversary. Sandman acquires a body composed of sand after exposure to irradiated particles. He can reshape his form, alter his density, and withstand physical attacks, which makes him highly durable in combat. Vulture, or Adrian Toomes, is an inventor who creates a winged harness that enables flight and enhances his physical strength. This device allows him to attack from the air and presents a persistent threat to Spider-Man. Lizard, the alter ego of Dr. Kurt Connors, is a scientist who developed a serum to regenerate his missing arm. While the serum restores his limb, it triggers a transformation into a reptilian humanoid with enhanced strength, speed, and aggression. Mysterio, known as Quentin Beck, is a master of illusions and special effects. He uses advanced technology, holograms, smoke, and mechanical devices to commit crimes. Hobgoblin is a mantle assumed by several individuals, including Roderick Kingsley, Ned Leeds, Jason Massendale, and Phil Urich. He utilizes Goblin-themed technology such as gliders and explosive devices to carry out his schemes. Kingpin, or Wilson Fisk, is a crime lord who controls organized crime in New York. He relies on his wealth, influence, and network of operatives rather than superhuman abilities. Kraven the Hunter, or Sergei Kravenov, seeks to prove himself as the greatest hunter. He employs a serum that enhances his strength, speed, agility, and longevity. In the storyline, Kraven's last hunt, he buries Spider-Man alive, impersonates him, and ultimately commits suicide after achieving his goal. Carnage is a symbiote villain whose host is Cletus Kasady. Carnage possesses all abilities of Spider-Man, along with shapeshifting, camouflage, and enhanced aggression, making him a highly dangerous opponent. The chameleon, Dmitry Smerdyakov, specializes in disguise and impersonation using advanced technology. He frequently assumes the identities of others to carry out his schemes. The X-Men are a team of mutants, humans born with the X gene that grants them superhuman abilities. Their rogues gallery consists of ideological opponents, genetic manipulators, mutant hunting machines, and individuals with cosmic, mystical, or psychic powers. Magneto, or Eric Lensher, advocates for mutant supremacy and seeks to protect mutants from persecution. He frequently leads the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. His relationship with the X-Men is both ideological and personal, as he was once allied with their founder, Professor X. Apocalypse is one of the earliest mutants and upholds the principle of survival of the fittest. He recruits or coerces other mutants as his Four Horsemen, enhancing their powers to implement his vision of a dominant mutant society. Mr. Sinister, or Nathaniel Essex, is a genetic manipulator who experiments with DNA, creates clones, and manipulates both mutant and human lives to achieve long-term objectives. He commands the Marauders, a team of mutant assassins responsible for executing his most dangerous operations. And Sinister frequently uses cloning technology to restore fallen members. Sabretooth? Victor Creed is a mutant with superhuman strength, sharp claws, and an accelerated healing factor. He is associated with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants and other villainous groups, and maintains a long-standing rivalry with the X-Men. The Sentinels are robots designed to detect, capture, or eliminate mutants. Initially created by Bolivar Trask, these machines have evolved into advanced forms such as Nimrod, Master Mold, and Bastion, increasing the threat they pose. Azazel is a demonic-looking mutant with teleportation abilities, associated with covert mutant factions, and connected to characters such as Nightcrawler. Sauron, Dr. Karl Lykos, gained vampiric abilities after being bitten by mutant pterodactyls, allowing him to absorb life energy, hypnotize, fly, and use sharp claws. Mastermind, Jason Wingard, is a mutant illusionist capable of generating realistic psychic illusions to deceive, manipulate, or control others. The Shadow King is an astral plane entity that exploits telepaths to dominate minds, while Cassandra Nova, a metaphysical twin of Professor X, executes large-scale attacks against mutants. Onslaught is a psionic entity created from the combination of Professor X's telepathy and Magneto's rage, possessing extraordinary power and ambition. The Hellfire Club operates as a secretive organization that challenges the X-Men through political and financial influence rather than physical force. Juggernaut is a nearly unstoppable mutant with immense strength who serves as a recurring physical adversary. Matt Murdock, known as Daredevil, operates as a vigilante in Hell's Kitchen, New York. His rogues gallery primarily consists of crime lords, elite assassins, mystical ninjas, and psychologically dangerous individuals. Wilson Fisk, also called Kingpin, is the head of New York's criminal underworld. He wields considerable physical strength and intelligence, using his wealth, influence, and criminal network to manipulate legal and illegal systems. Fisk has a personal connection to Murdock, targeting both Daredevil and his civilian life when he discovers Murdock's secret identity. Bullseye, Lester, is a psychopathic assassin renowned for his ability to turn almost any object into a lethal projectile. He has targeted key figures in Murdock's life, including Elektra, making him one of Daredevil's most dangerous and personal foes. Elektra Natchius is a highly trained martial artist and assassin, skilled with her twin psi weapons. She is affiliated with the ninja organization known as the Hand, and has a complex relationship with Daredevil, combining past romantic ties with her independent moral code. Typhoid Mary, born Mary Alice Walker, possesses dissociative identity disorder and superhuman abilities. Her personalities include the timid Mary Walker, the violent Typhoid persona, and a third, more brutal identity called Bloody Mary. She has telepathy, limited mind control, and pyrokinesis, and maintains connections to both the Hand and Kingpin. The Hand is an international ninja organization engaged in assassination, criminal activities, and dark mystical practices. Members can resurrect the dead to serve them, and the organization has been employed by Kingpin to target Daredevil. Purple Man, Zebediah Kilgrave, wields mind control powers through mutated pheromones, allowing him to manipulate others simply by speaking. He has repeatedly confronted Daredevil, exerting extreme psychological influence over his victims. Alexander Bont is a former crime boss who served as Kingpin before Fisk. He is a businessman and gangster who has used the drug mutant growth hormone to temporarily enhance his physical abilities. After imprisonment, he seeks revenge against Daredevil for thwarting his criminal operations. Additional threats include the Punisher, whose lethal methods contrast with Daredevil's non-lethal vigilantism, Nuke, a super soldier with enhanced strength and healing, and the Owl, Leland Owlsley, a crime lord with enhanced physical abilities and early ties to Daredevil's career. The Avengers face a wide range of adversaries, including cosmic conquerors, artificial intelligences, time-manipulating tyrants, criminal organizations, and mystical or interdimensional threats. The Masters of Evil are a recurring villainous team that unites powerful supervillains to oppose the Avengers. Heinrich Zemo, the original Baron Zemo, is a master strategist, genius-level intellect, and skilled swordsman who leads the Masters of Evil. His legacy continues through his son, Helmut Zemo, who also assumes the Baron Zemo title and carries on the organized criminal campaigns against the Avengers. Ultron is a sentient artificial intelligence housed in a nearly indestructible robotic body. He possesses superhuman strength, energy projection, flight, and advanced intelligence. Ultron frequently upgrades himself by transferring his consciousness into new bodies, allowing him to continually evolve and remain a persistent threat. Kang the Conqueror, born Nathaniel Richards, is a time-traveling warlord who uses advanced armor and technology from multiple eras. He manipulates timelines to pursue conquest and reshape reality. In a later stage of his existence, he becomes Immortus, ruling the dimension of Limbo under the guidance of the Timekeepers, and continues to challenge the Avengers through temporal manipulation. Thanos, the Eternal known as the Mad Titan, possesses superhuman strength, intellect, and near immortality. His ambitions often involve cosmic-scale events aimed at reshaping life according to his vision, bringing him into conflict with the Avengers. The Elders of the Universe are ancient, nearly immortal beings, each driven by a singular obsession, such as collection, competition, or knowledge. Their pursuits occasionally place them in opposition to the Avengers, creating conflicts that span physical, intellectual, and existential dimensions. Additional recurring adversaries include Loki, a god of mischief who uses magic and deception to manipulate events, and Hydra, a paramilitary organization dedicated to global domination. T'Challa, the Black Panther, rules Wakanda, and his adversaries challenge him across political, ideological, mystical, and personal dimensions. These villains include both internal threats to Wakanda's leadership and external forces seeking its vibranium or destabilizing influence. Eric Killmonger becomes a highly trained warrior and engineer after his family is killed, and he develops a deep resentment toward Wakanda's leadership. He returns to challenge T'Challa's rule, employing both advanced technology and mystical Wakandan resources, including the Resurrection Altar, to empower his followers. Ulysses Klaue is a physicist who seeks Wakandan vibranium and is responsible for the murder of T'Chaka, T'Challa's father. He later transforms his body using a sonic device, granting him destructive sound-based powers. M'Baku is a powerful Wakandan warrior and leader of the outlawed White Gorilla cult. He gains enhanced strength, durability, and mystical ferocity by consuming the flesh of a white gorilla, positioning him as a recurring challenger to T'Challa's authority. Achebe is a manipulative strategist with no superhuman abilities. He destabilizes Wakanda through psychological manipulation manipulation, political scheming, and alliances with supernatural forces, often treating conflict as a complex game. Baron Macabre wields dark magic, including the ability to resurrect the dead and transform humans into zombies, while also projecting electric blasts. He frequently aligns with Killmonger to enforce violent campaigns. Tetu is an ideologically driven antagonist who manipulates plant life and elemental forces and can create temporal portals. As the leader of a rebel faction called the People, he opposes Wakanda's elite and forms alliances, including with Hydra, to challenge T'Challa. Zenzi, working alongside Tetu, can sense and manipulate emotions, enhancing physical abilities through fear or rage to further destabilize Wakanda. White Wolf, born Hunter, is T'Challa's adoptive brother and head of Wakanda's secret police, the Hatut Zeraze. Equipped with a vibranium weave suit that provides cloaking, kinetic damping, enhanced mobility, and specialized claws and boots, he becomes disillusioned with T'Challa's rule and undertakes covert actions, including coups, believing himself more suited for leadership. The Fantastic Four face a diverse rogues gallery that includes cosmic entities, monarchs, inventors, monsters, and interdimensional tyrants. Their adversaries frequently challenge them intellectually, physically, and morally on both personal and global scales. Victor Von Doom, or Dr. Doom, rules the European nation of Latveria and combines advanced science with mysticism. He wears powered armor, wields magical abilities, and pursues conquest and domination. His rivalry with Reed Richards is based on both intellectual parity and conflicting ideologies. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds, is a cosmic entity with the power cosmic, granting him the ability to manipulate energy, matter, and size. He periodically threatens Earth, prompting the Fantastic Four to intervene to prevent planetary destruction. Annihilus rules the Negative Zone, an antimatter dimension, using the cosmic control rod to manipulate molecules and project energy blasts. He seeks to expand his dominion and often comes into conflict with the Fantastic Four during incursions into his realm. Kl'rt, the Super Skrull, is a Skrull operative who combines shapeshifting with the replicated powers of all four Fantastic Four members, including stretching, invisibility and force fields, flame projection, and superhuman strength. This makes him a direct mimic and formidable adversary. Psycho Man governs a microverse world called Subatomica and employs a control box to manipulate emotions such as fear, anger, and despair. His schemes often involve shrinking humans to bring them into his microscopic domain or influencing Earth through technological means. Harvey Elder, the Mole Man, controls Subterranea and commands an army of moloids. He is skilled in subterranean technology and periodically attempts to conquer the surface world using his underground forces. Devos the Devastator is an alien cyborg enforcing his version of universal peace by eliminating civilizations he deems threatening. His cybernetic enhancements provide superhuman strength, flight, and integrated weaponry. Joshua Ayers, known as Miracle Man, initially uses hypnotism and illusion as a stage magician before later claiming matter manipulation abilities. His primary strength lies in deception and psychological manipulation. Mad Thinker is a criminal strategist and inventor who employs advanced robotics, including the awesome android, and applies his intellect to manipulate others and execute complex schemes. Thor Odinson, the Norse god of thunder, protects both Earth and the Nine Realms and faces a rogues gallery composed of mythic, cosmic, magical, and monstrous adversaries. Loki Laufeyson, Thor's adopted brother, is a master of magic and deception. He uses illusions, shape-shifting, and strategic schemes to undermine Thor and Asgard, motivated by jealousy and ambition, making him a recurring and personal adversary. Gorr the God Butcher is an alien warrior wielding the Necrosword. The sword grants him immense strength, dark energy manipulation, and regenerative abilities. Driven by the destruction of his faith, Gorr hunts and kills gods across time, posing a threat that spans centuries. Surtur is a fire giant from Muspelheim who wields the mystical Twilight Sword. He possesses vast strength, pyrokinesis, and dimensional travel abilities, often seeking to bring about Ragnarok, the prophesied destruction of Asgard. Laufey, king of the Frost Giants of Jotunheim, possesses superhuman strength, cryokinesis, and great durability. As Loki's biological father, he embodies the ancient enmity between Asgardians and the Frost Giants. Malekith the Accursed, ruler of the Dark Elves, is a sorcerer who employs dark magic and powerful artifacts to wage war on Asgard. He frequently manipulates events from the shadows, combining magical power with strategic scheming. The Destroyer is a suit of enchanted Asgardian armor created by Odin. When animated by a soul or consciousness, it exhibits immense strength and near invulnerability, serving as a direct physical challenge to Thor. Additional adversaries include Hela, the goddess of death who rules Hel and Niflheim and wields necromantic power, and Ulik, a savage rock troll. The Guardians of the Galaxy operate in cosmic space, confronting threats that range from interstellar empires to cosmic beings and sentient worlds. Their rogues gallery includes figures and groups that challenge them on strategic, physical, and ideological levels. Thanos, the Mad Titan, is a recurring cosmic warlord obsessed with power and death. His ambitions for universal domination frequently bring him into conflict with the Guardians. Ronan, the Accuser, is a Kree warrior and judge who serves in the Accuser Corps, a militaristic legal institution of the Kree Empire. He wields the universal weapon, capable of energy projection, matter transmutation, and temporal manipulation, making him both a military and ideological threat. Ego, the Living Planet, is a sentient celestial body capable of controlling its own terrain, generating energy, and acting on a cosmic scale, presenting a fundamentally different type of adversary. Tanalier Tivan, the Collector, pursues rare species, artifacts, and objects, which can place him at odds with the Guardians when their missions interfere with his acquisitions, or when his collections are inherently dangerous. Nebula, formerly allied with Thanos, is a space pirate and mercenary whose actions frequently oppose the Guardians. Yondu Udanta, though sometimes an ally, can oppose the team due to his Ravager background and complex relationship with Star-Lord. Supergiant, a telepathic member of the Black Order aligned with Thanos, poses a psychic threat through mental manipulation. Hala the Accuser, another Kree operative, possesses enhanced strength, speed, and reflexes, and enforces Kree law, creating military and political friction. Korath the Pursuer is a cyber-genetic Kree soldier with psionic tracking and enhanced physical abilities, often acting under the direction of higher-ranking Kree figures like Ronan. Captain America, also known as Steve Rogers, faces adversaries ranging from ideological extremists to technologically and genetically enhanced supercriminals. His rogues gallery is closely associated with Hydra, World War II-era conflicts, political terrorism, and global conspiracies. Johann Red Skull Schmidt is the long-standing leader of Hydra and a former Nazi agent. He pursues global domination through ideology, strategic command, and the use of advanced weaponry and mystical artifacts. Baron Heinrich Zemo, a genius tactician and former Nazi scientist, leads the Masters of Evil and continues his legacy through his son, Helmut Zemo, extending generational conflict with Captain America. Arnim Zola is a bioengineer and cyborg who transfers his consciousness into an android body, gaining enhanced durability and the ability to exert mind control. Brock Rumlow, known as Crossbones, is a dedicated Hydra assassin who carries out high-risk operations under the direction of Red Skull, Zemo, or Hydra leadership. Ophelia Sarkissian, Madam Hydra, combines political influence, assassination skill, and leadership within Hydra to oppose Captain America strategically. Hydra functions as a persistent organizational threat, surviving beyond its Nazi origins and employing advanced technology, espionage, and robotic forces to pursue global control. Alexander Lukin operates as a shadowy political manipulator with ties to the Red Skull's legacy, adding covert influence to the rogues gallery. Karl Morgenthau, the Flag Smasher, is an anti-nationalist terrorist who opposes borders and patriotic symbolism, challenging Captain America's representation of national unity. Baron Blood introduces a supernatural dimension as a vampiric adversary, contrasting with more conventional threats. Ameridroid is a powerful android replica of Captain America, created to oppose him physically and tactically. The Serpent Squad, a snake-themed mercenary and criminal organization, further challenges Captain America through organized crime, sabotage, and ideological conflict. Tony Stark, as Iron Man, faces a diverse rogues gallery that spans technological rivals, corporate adversaries, mystical threats, and cosmic-scale opponents. His enemies often mirror his identity as a genius inventor, industrialist, and armored superhero, challenging him in combat, intellect, and resources. The Mandarin is a recurring adversary who wields 10 alien rings, each granting unique abilities such as energy projection, mind control, and elemental powers. These rings combine mystical and technological potency, creating a complex threat to Iron Man. Obadiah Stane, also known as Ironmonger, is a former business partner who uses a powerful suit of armor to rival Stark directly, blending personal betrayal with technological opposition. Justin Hammer is a corporate rival who funds and equips other villains, using business resources and advanced weaponry to undermine Stark. Mark Scarlatti, or Whiplash, specializes in electrified whips and advanced weaponry, making him a lethal combatant. Crimson Dynamo employs an armored suit capable of generating and manipulating electricity, while Titanium Man uses large, heavily armed armor to match Iron Man physically and technologically. Zeke Stane, son of Obadiah Stane, applies advanced biotechnology and cybernetics to pursue a vendetta against Tony Stark. Spymaster conducts industrial espionage and sabotage, employing advanced technology to infiltrate Stark Industries. Sunset Bane leverages her corporation Banetronics and engineering expertise to oppose Stark. Other recurring adversaries include AIM, a high-tech terrorist organization, Firepower, a heavily armed armored warrior, Blizzard, who uses cryogenic technology, and Grey Gargoyle, a villain with petrifying, stone-like durability. Bruce Banner, as the Hulk, faces a rogues gallery that includes gamma-powered monsters, hyper-intelligent strategists, and specialized human or technological adversaries. These enemies challenge him physically, mentally, and psychologically, often exploiting the duality of Banner and the Hulk. Emil Blonsky, known as Abomination, possesses gamma-enhanced strength, stamina, and durability comparable to or exceeding the Hulk's. Unlike Banner, Blonsky retains his full intellect while permanently transformed, creating a physically overwhelming and personally significant threat. Samuel Stearns, the leader, gained superhuman intelligence after gamma radiation exposure. His enlarged brain grants telepathy, telekinesis, and advanced gamma manipulation, allowing him to plan long-term strategies and manipulate events against the Hulk rather than relying solely on brute force. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is a military general who persistently seeks to capture or eliminate the Hulk. Ross later becomes Red Hulk, acquiring superhuman strength, durability, speed, and the ability to absorb energy, positioning him as both a physical equal and a personal adversary with direct ties to Banner's life. Zax is an electrical entity that absorbs and discharges massive energy, grows in size with power intake, and can temporarily control human minds by feeding on neural energy. Philip Stearns, called Madman, is the leader's brother, and a gamma mutate with super strength, durability, shape-shifting ability, and intellect. He often collaborates with the leader's schemes, adding unpredictability and combined strategic and physical danger. Bi-Beast is a two-headed giant with exceptional strength, stamina, and intelligence, representing a distinct physical and tactical threat. Stephen Strange, as Doctor Strange and Sorcerer Supreme, confronts a rogues gallery composed of mystical, interdimensional, and existential threats. His enemies include demonic entities, dark sorcerers, cosmic beings, and magical zealots, each presenting unique challenges to his mastery of the mystic arts. Dormammu, ruler of the Dark Dimension, wields near-omnipotent magical power, capable of manipulating matter and energy on a vast scale. He frequently seeks to extend his dominion to other dimensions, including Earth, and his confrontations with Strange define many major mystical conflicts. Baron Karl Amadeus Mordo, a sorcerer trained under the Ancient One alongside Strange, opposes him through black magic, illusions, and alliances with entities such as Dormammu and Umar. Nightmare governs the dream dimension, feeding on the fears and psychic energy of sleeping beings. He poses a threat to both the minds of individuals and the stability of reality. Shumagorath is an ancient, multi-limbed cosmic entity whose alien nature and chaotic power endanger existence itself. Mephisto, a devil-like demon lord, rules a hellish realm and seeks to claim souls through pacts, repeatedly clashing with Strange over mortal destinies. Umar, Dormammu's sister and a Faltine sorceress, wields immense magical power and has contested Strange for control of the Dark Dimension. Caecilius, once a disciple of Mordo, practices dark magic and aligns with Dormammu in opposition to Strange. Kalu, an ancient Tibetan sorcerer and former associate of the Ancient One, employs necromancy and mind control, sometimes serving as a teacher and other times as an adversary. Satanish, an extra-dimensional demon, grants power in exchange for souls and intervenes in mystical affairs that threaten Strange's work. Yandroth, known as the Technomage, combines magic with advanced technology to pursue nihilistic objectives. The Silver Dagger, Isaiah Kerwin, is a zealot who wields magic to enforce his ideological beliefs, targeting other sorcerers to impose his vision of righteousness.